Hi guys, I know it's been a while, but let's just jump into the video because I know y'all maybe haven't been waiting, but I've been waiting to post this video. So yeah, let's get started. I know we've entered a new year, but let's take a little blast to the past and see about the girl group that I really think was the first to really make these international K-pop groups a thing. The girl group I am talking about today, guys, is the infamous KAACHI. Now, if you are new to K-pop, I'm talking like fresh, new, like you just joined 2023, late 2023, if we're really being honest. You might not know who KAACHI is, but KAACHI is a London-based girl group. I use the term girl group lightly, but they're a London-based girl group that was created by Front Row Records. So let's get into most of the background and how KAACHI was formed. One thing to preface is that KAACHI has 4 members, or more so originally they had 4 members. So let's get into how they found their members. The 2 prominent members that I consider them like the founding of KAACHI, but not really, is Danny and KG, and that's because they came from a K-pop dance unit in London called UJJN, and originally this was what I found a little bit like, ooh, they've been trying to do this for a while. Danny and KG had formed UJJN to be a duo K-pop group, not a dance cover unit. Not a dance cover group K-pop. Like, I'm talking, they would post videos and their intro video was literally, we are UJJN and we want to be the next K-pop girl group. They created the channel February 9, 2014, which is really crazy if you really think about it, because I'm not gonna lie, nothing against them, but the channel, like the video quality from back then is given like straight 2012. I don't know, it's like a 2-year difference, but it's like I thought it was like ancient, you know. And 2014 is like, oh, we just entered the new year. 10 years ago? That is kind of old. Never mind, guys. Never mind. It is old. It is old. So anyway, they formed the channel February 9, 2014. And for a couple of videos, it was just KG and Danny. Then comes in August 22nd, 2015. This is like a year. We get introduced to Nicole. Okay, Nicole joins and she's the new member. Mind you, they're still being a K-pop girl group. Now you could officially call them a group because it's no longer 2 people, it's 3 people. And she's now a new member of the group. And Nicole is like, she's a dancer. She's like the dancer of the group. One thing to note is that even though they wanted to be a girl group, they didn't really do girl groupy things. Like, it was giving cover group straight from the beginning, but they kept saying, oh, we're trying to be a girl group, we're trying to be a girl group, because you would never see videos of them like singing or anything like that. It would just be straight dancing, and it's like, it's given I'm a dance group and I just don't want to call myself that. But anyway, Nicole joins August 22nd, 2015, and then like a couple more months go by. October 21st, 2015, Chunso joins. She joins October 21st, and this is what I would like to call the unofficial start of KAACHI, because while they were called UJJN, these members were the original members of KAACHI. Okay, so they're in this cover group for a nice amount. They're in this group for a nice amount of time. I'm talking like it's just them for like 3 years, and then all of a sudden we're introduced to another person, but they keep making this person like a feature. Like, he's not really a part of the group originally, he's like a feature. This is where I feel like they started going from, we're trying to make this into a girl group, to no guys, now this is just a dance cover group, which I thought it was originally. But anyways, it goes from that to a dance cover group. KG like slowly stopped showing up in the UJJM videos. Like, I wasn't really seeing a lot of her. I'm clicking on the videos and I'm going to the description. I'm trying to find like the people who are playing the roles of members for these covers, right? And KG's not just popping up, so she's just slowly disappearing. By 2020, the last video we see of the original members of the cover group, which is Danny, Chunso, and Nicole, is 3 Eye. It's a cover of 3 Eyes, Out of My Mind, and that came out around January 28, 2020. And I say this, like, this is their last video. You did see something of them, like a couple couple videos back for like quarantine, but like last video of them like really being in the group, like you can say, oh, they're still in the group. With the disappearance of the girls, you would be sitting there wondering, okay, if the girls aren't in the cover group anymore, and like we've established that UJJN is no longer a girl group, where are they? Okay guys, again, we are still in the year 2020, and like I said, the last video that y'all see of them on the UJJN channel is January 28th. But then, suspiciously enough, about 6 days before that last video, Front Row Records releases their first video of their channel. Go to Front Row Record and you will tap the oldest video that they have. And suspiciously enough, we see 4 familiar faces. Here we see Danny, Chunso, Nicole, and KG basically doing what I would consider their training to debut. Now, personally, I don't know how long they were training under Front Row Record, but it's cool. Either way, they're training and they're releasing, you could call it pre-debut videos, right? And it looks like the girls are actually really taking it seriously, and it looks like they're having fun. It's like, oh my god, finally we're gonna achieve our dreams. Because again, like let me remind y'all, UJJN was originally supposed to be their self-made girl group, and now they're like, okay, we can actually become a girl group with the backing of a record label. At some point in time with the release of their videos, they went from being the 4 members to only being 3 members. And I say this because KG kind of disappeared, like the same situation that happened with the UJJN videos. She just kind of disappeared from the KAACHI videos. By the 4th pre-debut video, we can see that, like I said, KG had left, right? So she's then replaced with this new girl, and I don't really remember her name. It was said what her name was. I'll search it up. I'll just insert it right here if I find her name. But she was replaced with a new girl. All of a sudden, that new girl is gone. Hold on. I know what you're thinking. What do I mean that new girl is gone? She's gone. We don't see her. And I say this because on April 15th, 2020, and this is why I also said I feel like they should have had more training. I feel like something was rushed. They weren't trained enough. It was too quick. But by April 15th, 2020, the Your Turn music video is released. And we just see a face that isn't recognizable. Now, I'm going to talk about Poopy, something. You know it. If you're in the K-pop scene, you know who she is. She's the baddest bitch around, and she knows how to do her shit, right? She had created a video talking about how KAACHI was looking for a new member because the member that they replaced KG with left. And I think the reason that why Homegirl left was because, mind you, KAACHI had announced the fact that they were going to debut as a K-pop group, right? And everybody was eating their asses up. So I'm not surprised if Homegirl left, because she was like, I can't take this shit anymore. People are like literally harassing me, bullying me. Like I can't do this shit. So it's like nothing against her, but they came to Ploopy asking her if she wanted to be part of the group. Ploopy rejected it. As quickly as she rejected it, come in, enter the new girl, Coco. And I'm not gonna say that Coco didn't fit in with the group, but you can watch the video and you can tell that she was placed in very last minute. I mean, you can tell they was scrambling to find someone, and she just happened to be there when they needed. I don't think she had enough time to learn everything though, because Ploopy said that when she was asked about possibly joining the group, it was like a week in time that the music video was going to be filmed, and then another week in time that the music video was going to be released. But other than Coco taking over, let's talk about the music video. Let's talk about what really catapulted them into the limelight. What do I have to say about the music video? What do I have to say about the music video that was not said already? You can tell how much lack of training that they had with this debut. It's not even a fucking joke. And I think that's the reason why that they didn't understand why people were so angry. Or at least, okay, let me be truthful. Half of it was bitches complaining about the fact that they were foreigners trying to get into K-pop. And the other half was just people like, you didn't even work fucking hard for this shit. Like, we can tell that this was hella rushed. You know how many years goes into being a K-pop trainee, and y'all thought you could release a video after just a couple, and I'm speculating, I'm not saying this is it, but from what we know, a couple months of training, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed the hell off when I'm looking at this. So I understand why people were mad. I understand. Now look at it. I feel like the girls wanted it so bad that they just went with whatever. And you can't fault them for that. I just wish that Front Row Records, the label, actually did their job as a label and prepared these girls for the shitstorm that's going to happen. Because we already know back then, foreigners in K-pop it wasn't a thing that was unheard of, but like foreign-based K-pop groups it was just scrutiny after scrutiny after scrutiny. Bitches did not like that shit for some odd reason. So what you should have done to combat it, to make them see like, hey, like, we can do this. Foreigners can be in K-pop. Like, they can make waves. They can do the same thing your faves are doing. Is you should have actually had those girls train. Give them like minimum 3 years of training. 3 years of training. I'm talking vocal, dance, social, everything. You need to be a K-pop idol, because being a K-pop idol is not just dancing and singing, babes. We know that. It's not just dancing and singing. You need to train them in everything. If Front Row Records had did that instead of, from what we see, rushing, then the girls would have not gotten as much backlash. In situations like this where there's a clear denominator of what the fuck went wrong, you cannot fault the girls for this. That's just my issue. It literally felt rushed, if you see it. But anyway, that's my opinion about the music video. Moving on. So it's been like a couple of weeks since the music video has been released. And again, the girls are eating them up. The backlash is terrible, right? Then, mind you, I put in my notes, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I also feel like I'm not. We get Johnny. And Johnny so far seems like one of the few big K-pop YouTubers that's like, hold on guys, let's slow our roll on hitting on these girls and let's give them a chance, you know? So what he does is that he revamps the video, or more so he revamps the song, if we're being honest. He revamps the song, changes how it is instrumental wise and all that stuff to make it sound better. He does that, he shows it to the girls. And one thing I do appreciate Front Row Records for doing, even though technically it's really their fault. One thing I appreciate that they did was that they took Johnny's advice, they listened to him, and they revamped the song. And there was also a K-pop dance YouTuber who also created new moves. Because you thought the singing was bad. Ironically, Nicole, which I said was their best dancer, was not eating the dance up. So someone had rechanged the dance moves for them, and they just changed it all up so that it can finally be what I would like to call a decent debut. Because whatever the Front Row Records was having them do at the beginning was not it at all. Also like the fact that by them doing that, it gave them a bit more grace, where people weren't as hard as them as they were in the beginning. They were still getting backlash. They were still getting, you know, like, talked about badly, but it wasn't as much. Like, 6 months have passed since the whole Your Turn debacle, and the hate that they received started slowly turning into support. And they did the thing that I mentioned that they should have done for the UJJN group when they were first trying to make it a K-pop group. And they started releasing like covers of K-pop songs singing in Korean, and we could clearly start hearing that their vocals are getting better. They would release dance video covers and all that stuff, and they would just do things that would really show like, okay, they're actually trying to be a K-pop group, and we can see it from them now, right? So a couple months go by and they're doing all of this thing. Then over the next 3 weeks, they release a teaser. And what is this teaser for? Bitch, Photo Magic. Now I don't care what none of y'all is. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all hoes say. I fuck with Photo Magic. I like Photo Magic. Prosecute me. Put me on a goddamn cross. I like Photo Magic. It's not a bad song. Honestly, I think if they had debuted with Photo Magic instead of Your Turn, the hate would have been a lot less because the song is actually not bad. To be honest, if the vocals were a bit more polished and the dance moves look smoother, y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but bitch, that sound like a fucking ITZY song. You hear that silence? Cause you know I'm telling the truth, bitch. I'm telling the truth. But anyway, the teaser for Photo Magic comes out, and it's looking good and everything, and the budget looks a bit more, you know. They said we're taking that money, we're putting it to good use, babes. November 4th, 2020, Photo Magic is released. And like I said, the audience reaction was much more pleasant. Look at me. I'm saying I like Photo Magic. I'm not saying I love that hoe, but I said I like it. I like it, right? But they're starting to grow a fan base. Do they even have a fandom name? I don't think they got that far. What do you think the fandom name of KAACHI would have been? No, I don't think they had a fandom name, but they were slowly gaining fans. And I'll tell you, me around this time period, I was not like a fan of them, but I was keeping them in watch. Like I would come back every like few seconds and I'll just be like, I wonder how they're doing, like how they're doing. And then I saw Photo Magic and I was like, oh my god, they've improved so much. But yeah, they're starting to get some fans and they're doing press release for Photo Magic and everything. They even perform it on TV for the first time. I was like, oh my god. Okay guys, maybe they could be making waves. Let me know. It has been like officially 1 year since the form of KAACHI, because we entered 2021 and they've released a lot of videos, but for their anniversary video as a group, they do a Spanish cover, Espanol, bitches, of Your Turn. And when I tell you that bitch ate, okay, should have sung that shit in fucking Spanish to begin with. Like, oh my god, I really liked it. I liked it. I really did. I really liked it so much. Now it's July 2021, and this is the last time we see Danny in the group. Like, I think it was like after their Your Turn cover video for their 1 year, Danny stopped showing up. And I'm like, where the fuck is Danny? What happened to Danny? Bitch, you want to know what happened to Danny? Hold on, let me tell you real quick. After the Spanish cover, they do another video and it's another performance. But like I said, Danny's missing this time. We can't see Danny. We don't know where Danny went. Well, we see Danny and she has released a YouTube video doing a Q&A. And in the Q&A, it was a long video. I watched the whole video. I can't fully remember everything, but one thing that she did not fully talk about was her KAACHI situation. She just answered questions that people just tossed at her. So she wasn't just talking about KAACHI. But basically, the reason why she was no longer in KAACHI and we didn't see her in any more videos is because supposedly her and the company could not come into an agreement with her contract. So I'm not gonna say they terminated it. She said she left, but if I have my speculations, I really think they terminated her contract. You would think, oh my god, are they gonna replace them again? No, bitch. I think they finally decided to calm down and they were like, okay, we can't keep replacing motherfuckers. We can't keep doing it. So all that we're left with now is Chunso, Nicole, and Coco. So, like I said, Danny is gone, and all that we're left with now is Nicole, Chunso, and Coco. Nothing wrong with it, because weirdly enough, they do pretty well as a 3-member girl group, and they even get to perform on SBS. It's giving K-pop rookie group. I'm sitting here like, but no, they do pretty well. They do pretty well. They eat it up on the stage, right? And it just seems like it's the 3 of them for a while, and then we enter their final comeback. Even though the production level was a lot better. I feel like Front Row Records did not have a full scope in the making of Get Up. Also, fun fact, I learned that Get Up was actually a cover. It's not an original song, and supposedly the song has been covered like a couple of times before. But the video quality, way better. Way, way better. The Korean, way better. Way better. The vocals, I don't know how, but they finally got some good auto-tune, because that bitch was hitting. Everything about Get Up was just given, we are professional to a fucking max right now. I'm talking, y'all notice what JYP is doing with, what the fuck do you call them? Vicha. What JYP is doing with Vicha right now, that's what the fuck KAACHI should have been doing ages ago, right? But no, we get that at the Get Up comeback, and it's really good. They released like 4 videos of just the dance practice in 3 different settings with 3 different outfits and all that stuff. But they released like 4 videos of just the dance, and it's really good. And I think the last video that Front Row Records post of them, and the last time that they performed this song, is at a K-pop festival in London. And that's the last. If you go on Front Row Records, that's the last video you'll see of KAACHI. So I searched it up, and it's rumored that the first person that left the group was Coco. And then after Coco leaves, the 2 members left are Nicole and Shinso. And I'm surprised that they didn't just want to do it by themselves as a duo. But they leave like after. They leave after Coco leaves, right? So the group has been officially disbanded, and it is no more. It's crazy. The crazy thing too is how they disbanded. It was so quiet, you know. It was very quiet, and I don't think a lot of people to this day know that KAACHI is not a group anymore. Like they're not promoting as a group anymore. They're not under Front Row Records anymore, or Front Row labels now, but they used to be called KAACHI. If we're really talking about it, that YouTube channel used to be called KAACHI. But if you go on the YouTube channel now, all you see is them posting videos with I think a choreographer, and like, learn how to do this choreography or some shit like that. But no, they left as quietly as they were formed. It's as quietly as they were gone too. So with all that information, you might be wondering, where are the girls now? Well, like I said, Danny was the first one to officially leave the group, right? And if you go on her YouTube channel, she seems to be doing pretty well. She posted videos about, I think last video I saw was something about like Korea and all that stuff. She gives very much a lifestyle YouTuber now, but she seems to be doing pretty well on all of her socials. She seems to be thriving, so I'm happy about that for her. I would say the same goes for all the other girls with Nicole, Chunso, and Coco. They seem to be doing pretty well. And ironically enough, Nicole, Chunso, and Coco decided to make their own little girl group. Again, this is like 3rd time's the charm, right? And they're calling it ITZ. Calling it ITZ, and they're releasing music under it. I would say 100% go check it out. I've listened to it. I think the songs are actually really nice. And as you can hear, I have the song playing in the background of the video ending. But they're doing pretty well. And I'm just going to post like the girls' YouTubes and social. Go support them, guys. Actually, really go support them. They're doing their thing. They're living life. And I'm happy for them. Especially in this new era of like foreign K-pop groups. To be really honest, let's go support them and give them their props, because if it wasn't for KAACHI stepping out to the scene, and before y'all say anything about those white boys, I don't know their names, like EXP something, I'm talking about 21st century shit. They were really the ones who were really trying to make moves, trying to make waves in the scene for foreign K-pop groups to be a part of K-pop, and let's just give them the props. So like I said, just go follow them, show support, show love. You know, it's the end of the video. Like I said, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all really like this, because this is the first time I've done some shit like this. When I tell you I was actually doing more, I mean, I know I said I skimmed, but I didn't skim, bitch. I have like hours of research on this shit. Like, I went through videos, I went through like Reddit, I went to like K-pop pages and all that stuff, and I've never felt more drained. It felt like I was doing a fucking essay, if I'm being honest. It felt like I was doing a fucking essay. But you know what? I actually really enjoyed it, and I liked learning about the paths that the girls went on. That is the end of the video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Maybe I will come out with something else for another group. We'll never know. You know, I have been really curious about what happened to, what's it up? Princeton. We are Princeton. I wonder what happened to them. So I might make a video about them. But anyways, like, you know what I say. You may not know a person, they may not know you, but you matter in their lives. Goodbye, my loves. Happy New Year.
Always.